Hi. Welcome back, or I guess I should be welcoming all of you back. I know it has been quite a long time since I have posted a video, and it has actually been quite a long time since I've made one. And to be completely honest with all of you, that's because it was too hard. I needed a break. And I don't know how to say that any other way. I don't know how to say this, how to do it, so I'm just going to be real, which is the reason I wanted to make these videos to begin with. And I thought it was going to be fine. I didn't think I was going to have a problem. It was going to be, you know, a good thing that I was doing, and it was a good way for me to, you know, get out how I was feeling and all that, and it is. But I didn't allow enough space for how difficult it would be. So the last time I posted, I was working through the evaluation process for transplant, and as I think most of you, if not all of you, probably know by now that are following me on Facebook, that I completed that process, and I was approved by the committee to be a candidate. I was approved as a candidate for transplant. And then just about a week after that, I'm kind of referencing my calendar, I was approved through insurance and all those other things, and I have now been officially listed. I was officially placed on the UNOS transplant waiting list for a heart on February 13th, 2019, so just a bit over a week ago. Well, about a week and a half, I guess. And I found out by having, I had to go to the doctor that day and be seen to be checked out for some symptoms I'd been having anyway. And the way I found out was by my waitlist coordinator coming into the room and introducing herself and being absolutely kind of on the verge of ecstatic and saying, "Everything went through insurance, we're approved, you're on the list." And I went, "What?" And she said, "You're listed." And she was so excited, and I was too, but it was a whole lot harder to take than I thought it would be. You know, I didn't know anything like that last time I did this. I didn't know when I was officially listed. I assumed someone told me. I didn't pay attention. I didn't care, really. I was 9. And so she brought me, and I'm not wearing it right now. I should have put it on. She brought me Donate Life bracelets, and I put one on that day, and every single day it has been added to my collection of bracelets that I wear every day, that I kind of go anywhere and do anything. And I wear it on my left wrist right over, and I don't know if you can see it. So I know it's backwards, I'm sorry about that, but it says Amor Fati, and I kind of write that on there to help me remember to love my fate, to love every day, and love myself and my situation the way it is, especially when it's hard. And so my bracelet kind of sits right there, right by my quote. And I also got, and this I can show you because it's on my backpack, I got a Donate Life pin, and it says waiting. I actually got 2 of them, and let me find it. Part of me wants to say that one of these days I will stop being so awkward, but honestly, I hope I don't. I hope I never quit being awkward, because it's part of who I am. So here it is. Ignore my other backpack charms. It says Donate Life, and it says waiting. Sorry, it's also backwards. And I didn't know those existed. And I'd say that that's probably one of my favorite pins in my collection, and there's one that I've put up and kept, and then that one I put on my backpack, and it is there for anyone and everyone who sees my backpack to see and to ask me what it means and for me to tell them. And when I got back to school, one of the first things that I did after my class was I talked to my professor that I had for that class, who's also my advisor, and I put my backpack up on the table and I said, "You see my button?" Or my pin, I guess what I call it. I call them buttons sometimes. And I said, "I've been listed," and he was really happy for me, and I've kind of been showing off my pin, and that's how I've been telling people, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It helps me out. So even still, even though I'm listed, that doesn't mean it's all over, and unfortunately that does not really mean that I'm going to be getting a heart soon. The hospital has let me know that it is going to be quite a while before I will get one, more than likely. I will be waiting for probably close to a couple of years, and that I will have to, that my condition, I guess, will have to get a whole lot worse, and I will have to move up the list even more. So I was listed at a status 4, which is usually reserved for people, well, it's reserved for people who are at home on either sort of IV medications, some sort of assist device, or people with very special circumstances. I was the third of those, because this is my third time, because of my extensive history and some of my risks that, that I'm at because of my other health complications. It actually helped, and it helped push me up from where I was going to be listed at a status 5 to being listed at status 4. However, like I said, that still doesn't mean that I will be getting a heart kind of anytime soon. I'll probably have to be at least a 3, probably a 2 or 3, and 1 through 3 are hospitalizations, and they were very honest with me about that, and I understand that. I kind of know how the process works, at least to a point, or I did beforehand. And so sort of something else in the same vein here is something I'm hoping will happen. No, sorry, I just realized, no pun intended, same vein. Anyway, is that as they've told me that I will eventually need some kind of device, and or a port for IV medication, and they said they have had people who have been hospitalized and they have done the procedures to put them on, something like an LVAD, which is a left ventricle assist device, or they've put in the port and started them on a medication called Milrinone, which is, and it's sort of like a nitrate on steroids, I guess is a kind of a good way to describe it. Which I've had it before when I've been in rejection. Sort of the past couple of times I've been in rejection, I've had that in the hospital. And so they said they can have people hospitalized and they go on either one of those two assistance devices or mechanisms, I guess. And then they can go home. And usually at that point is when they are moved from a status 3 to a status 4. However, I and sort of my, transplant coordinator, everyone is hoping that maybe I will be able to stay at a status 3, even if I get to go home, just because, I was already listed at a 4 because of my special case. And in that case, that would be fantastic. That would be great. But more than likely, I will be living in the hospital full time before I get a heart. And, even still, there's no guarantee that I will get one, but that is a different video for a different day. And right now, I want to end, I know this is kind of rather short, it's only about 10 minutes, but I want to end by talking about some of the good things that I've had happen this week. And first of all is that I also started a new medication, which made it my 26th medication that I take regularly. Regularly, I mean pretty much every day. And I think it made it gave me right at 50 pills a day, something like that. And, but I do not mind it whatsoever because it has helped me and I feel so much better than I did, and it is a water pill that can also help the kidneys. And I found out yesterday after having some labs done that my kidney function is the best it has been in more than 6 months, probably closer to 9, which is fantastic. Like I said, I'm generally feeling really great comparatively, physically. I was able to perform in the Philosophy Club and Gender Studies program's presentation of Eve Ensler's Vagina Monologues, and this was my 4th year being involved, 3rd year actually getting to perform, and I had a fantastic time. It was so amazing. I met some really great people, and we had just a phenomenal time and a phenomenal outcome, turnout, however you want to say it. And so that was this past week. I am caught up on homework. I've got 4 tests to make up, but I've got those scheduled to get them done before spring break. And so when I leave the middle of next week to be gone for some doctor's appointments and then spring break, I will be all caught up. And I think probably the thing I'm most excited about right now is that today I finished my first full play script. It's for a 1-act play. It's roughly 70 pages, which is the most I think I have written on one particular project ever. Well, yeah, I would say so. Well, anything I would count anyway. And I am so excited. I was worried I wasn't going to get it done, and I actually got to spend about 4 hours doing pretty much nothing but writing today. And it was a little tedious, but I absolutely loved it. And I was also able to hang out with some of my friends. I did my first escape room this evening, and then I went to some other friends' apartment for a game night. And so right now, this week has been really good. And the past several weeks, I've had off days, I've had a few off weeks. It's going to continue to happen. I think kind of my easiest days right now are as easy as things are going to get for a very long time, and that's okay. Just because I am on such a wonderful road doesn't mean that it doesn't still become difficult to travel at times. Just because I'm doing so much better right now doesn't mean that I'm going to continue to do this well for any amount of time, honestly. And that's why I try to just take one day at a time, which I'm not good at. I will admit freely, I am a planner. But I am learning to let go of that. And it's another one of the processes that I'm going through. The process of, everything from sort of starting in October when I went to the hospital the first time when I was at Riley, to, you know, being told I had the blockages, being told that I did need a transplant, and then all the evaluations and being listed. It's all been a process, and it will continue to be a process for quite a while more, and honestly, the rest of my life. But just because something is a process, that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. You know, it's just like it was definitely a process for me to write this play, one that I came up with the idea and started working on it going on 2.5 years ago, and that's been a process. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's negative, right? Just because something is a process doesn't mean that it's automatically negative. And this process that I'm going through is not automatically or necessarily negative. And that is what I want to portray to all of you, and what I am continuing every day to help enforce to myself. And I am sorry that it took me so long to be able to make this video, to get it out to all of you. But I also realized that I have to kind of give myself some credit and some time, and realize that none of this is really easy. It's not easy for anyone who goes through it. I am no exception, even though I try to be a superhero, even when maybe I, you know, shouldn't as much. But that's part of what keeps me going. And that's one of the reasons that I keep going, I keep trying, you know. I came back to making videos because I wanted to. And I wanted to do it for all of you, for myself, to spread the word, spread the good news, and keep you all informed. And I hope you have enjoyed this one as much as you enjoyed my last couple. And I will have another one coming hopefully soon. Oh, another good thing that happened today was that today is 1 week until I leave to go on spring break with Mom to go to San Francisco. 1.5 years waiting. And I mean, kind of longer than that actually, but most certainly 1.5 years of waiting, and I'm so excited. So excited. I'm just trying to get myself so hyped up because I really need to go to bed soon. But yeah, and I'll definitely be making videos out there and posting them and letting you know what that is like, because that is going to be an experience all its own and another process. But you know what? As long as my computer is still processing and it hasn't crashed, it's still working. Might be doing its job a little bit slower, might get annoying, you might want to throw it out the window sometimes, but it's still working. You know, it's just like the fact that I've downloaded like 6 punk rock CDs, and that takes a while and it gets annoying, and it's something that you have to wait on and work through, but I really want to be able to listen to my music on the plane. Just like I really want to finish my classes and get my degree and continue living my best life and all of those other fun things. So in the end, it's worth it. And I have all of you standing by me and helping me out and letting me know that I can do this. So thank you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye.